Hello learners, I welcome you all to the second segment of 34th lecture. In this lecture, we've been discussing about Marin and Reinhard Ungerleider versus Costa Rica case. So, in the last video, we looked at the factual aspects of the case, what are the facts of the case. In this video, I want to talk about a preliminary remark by the tribunal, and then I want to talk about one of the merits of the case, which was the claimant had stated that there was a violation of umbrella clause. So, I wanted to discuss these two things. So, what was a preliminary remark by the tribunal? Actually, the members of the tribunal had travelled to Costa Rica. They looked at the Playa Grande place, the place where the investment was made, and then they had mentioned about it in the award itself. In the award, they stated that they saw a full moon and then they saw a female leatherback turtle coming to the beach, digging the sand, laying down 40-50 eggs and then leaving quietly to the sea. And in a matter of few days, maybe about 40-50 days, these eggs will hatch and there will be small turtles. So these small turtles, the baby turtles, they would naturally have an instinct to move towards the sea. So, and that would be their natural instinct. So, they had described, the members of the tribunal had described this event, how beautiful it was for them to look at, and they appreciated the ecological uniqueness of Playa Grande region, and they also stated that if there were artificial developments, if there were developments in the region which is very close to where the hatchlings will happen, then the artificial lights from these buildings may disorient the baby turtles. The baby turtles, they have a natural instinct to move to the sea, right? So if there were artificial lights, they may move towards the land instead of going to the sea. Only if they move towards the sea, their chances of survival increases, not when they move towards the land, because there are predators, seabirds and other creatures are there. So that was also sort of acknowledged by the tribunal initially before they proceeded into the merits of the case. That is why I also wanted to talk about the preliminary remarks of the tribunal before we discuss the substantive issues. Okay, so moving on. One of the substantive issues claimed in this case was there was a violation of umbrella clause of the Germany-Costa Rica BIT by Costa Rica. So what does generally umbrella clause do? Umbrella clause say that any obligation that the state has assumed in terms of investor or investor, that has to be respected. Now what was the claimant saying was violated? So they refer to the 1992 agreement as well as the roadmap agreement. So whatever obligation Costa Rica has assumed under these two were violated. So if we see 1992 agreement, there were certain things that was agreed upon. One was to donate land, and then to issue permits, and all of those things were agreed upon. So here the measures that were taken were with regard to the 75-meter strip which was in phase 2 property. So the tribunal looked at the language of the agreement and all of that, and then the tribunal concluded that by that time when the 1992 agreement was signed, the claimants were not even the owners of phase 2 property. The claimants acquired phase 2 property in 1994 and Marin Ungerleider became the full owner only by 1998. So the 1992 agreement predates them taking ownership of phase 2 property. So how can a guarantee for approval can be given with regard to phase 2 property which the claimants did not even own at that point of that time? That is how they looked at with regard to the 1992 agreement. Then if we look at the 2008 roadmap agreement, so again this agreement came in the backdrop of the Supreme Court decision which stated that Marin Ungerleider had to be given compensation. Expropriation should happen, or at least development should happen. Sustainable development should happen. That was the decision of the Supreme Court. So roadmap agreement clearly was truly a way forward agreement for all the stakeholders involved, and therefore if we see that was there any obligations under the roadmap agreement that certain things would be done, then the tribunal looked at those things. What is the language, or has Costa Rica taken any commitments? In fact, some of the obligations that some of the things that SETANA had done, SETANA did not review the environmental impact assessment within 2 years, right? And then there were a Supreme Court decision. SETANA had to act in accordance with the Supreme Court decision. So here also the tribunal stated that the roadmap agreement did not create any sort of a binding commitment on the part of Costa Rica. So in fact, whatever measures have been alleged that had violated the obligations assumed by Costa Rica, they were all in pursuance of domestic laws or pursuant to the court orders of Costa Rica and all of that. So that also the tribunal did not accept that it has the Costa Rica has violated this provision of umbrella clause. Umbrella clause was under Article 7.2 of Germany Costa Rica BIT, and it stated that this is something that is not violated. Right. So this is with regard to the first issue. So I will conclude this segment here. In the next segment, let us look at other substantive issues like for instance expropriation. So we will look at that in the third segment of this lecture. Thank you.